Hey there, welcome to Bourbon Forage Fishing. Boy, we got a really interesting side-by-side. I thought, hey, I feel like I overpaid for this Heaven Hill 2023 release. I think it's early 2023. It's an 80% corn, 5% rye, 12% barley mash, coming in at 57.5% alcohol, 115 proof. I think I overpaid for this. I don't think this is a $300 bottle or a $325 bottle. I just don't. So I'm going to side by side it with something I think that's kind of a similar quality. That's a $200 bottle of Russell's 13. This is also the 2023 release, I believe. This comes out damn near the same proof, 57.4%. So just 1/10 of a percentage point off on the proof. So I mean, it's basically the same proof. The Heaven Hill, of course, is 20 years, 7 years older, and the Russell's 13 is, of course, 13 years. However, this is so heavy in corn. I think the how heavy the corn was on this Heaven Hill 20, being at 80%, kind of lacked a flavor complexity and depth. So let's side by side these bad boys and just kind of see what happens. Should be interesting. Shall we nose these? Holy cow. Holy corn nut-based candy bar, Batman. Yeah, that's a payday, but like with corn. That's a mega corn payday. Creamed corn, sweet candy bar vibe there. That's interesting. Much more delicate and lighter the Russell's 13 is on the nose. Don't quite pick up as much on the nose. It's more lighter and what is that? Maybe a slight kind of white wine kind of vibe there, and some peanut. That's interesting. Yeah, peanut and white wine. Huh, interesting. They smell completely different from one another, and the proofs are the same, but wow, this is literally a mega candy bar. That is crazy. This smells just like a candy bar to me. That's so wild. Let's try the Russell's 13 again. Yeah, this has the white wine. I think it's like kind of a grape, a slight grape kind of texture, or not quality. Sort of grapiness that you get sometimes with bourbons that lean toward fruit. A little bit of a grape and nut, or grape nut, or something like that here. Heaven Hill 20, just a candy bar, a corn-based candy bar, like a payday with corn kernels all over it or something, and very like the sweet candy kernels, like buttered. This does feel darker and richer, for sure, but 7 years older it should be. Damn. No, that's a pretty good bourbon. Wow. I know that the Heaven Hill 20 didn't get high scores. I think part of the problem is you have so much high expectations because the Heaven Hill product, the Heaven Hill 17 is such a sought after, heralded product. You know, it's like BTAC level. So I think this fell short, but this is still actually not a bad bourbon at all. Let's try that again. Okay, it's very even kill all the way through. Front to mid, all the way to the back, just sweet corn, sweet creamed corn. Then the mid, you have the end, the finish, you have an explosion of like maybe barrel spice or oak. But this is very even killed, very even killed. Not a lot of craziness. This is very straight across, not particularly complex. Let's go into this Russell's 13 now and see which I'm curious which I'm going to prefer, because there is a $120 price difference here. I'm definitely smelling the difference now. Yeah, it is definitely kind of a creamy, rich. This with a little bit of a white wine vibe. There's definitely some creamed. The cream though is more of a nutty, grapey thing. It's different. That's interesting. I've got to try that. Whew. A little bit hotter on the end. That was more of a journey. There's a lot more going on there in terms of complexity. I would say almost initially I like the flavor profile, this candy bar type Heaven Hill vibe from the 20, the Heaven Hill 20. However, it's extremely simplistic and even killed. This had a lot more complexity and interesting things going on, but I don't know if I liked the flavor profile quite as much as the Heaven Hill 20. But in terms of complexity and texture and things of that nature, this is a superior bourbon. Delicious. Yummy. Sweet, bright, some light peanutiness, some white sugar, some white grape, white wine type vibe. Delicious. A lot of complexity, a lot of movement, a lot of back and like, it's a complex drink when you're swirling around your tongue. It's not even killed at all, you can tell. There's a lot going on there. Okay, going back to the Heaven Hill, even the flavor difference of the candy bar, I think I only slightly like this more. Everything else about this Russell's 13 I think is better and more interesting. The candy bar profile there on the Heaven Hill 20 might be slightly better on the flavor, but this sweet white wine, grape, nut, yummy. This is lighter, not quite as rich, not quite as much depth, way more complexity. I think the Russell 13 is probably better, honestly. Going from the Russell 13 to this, it was kind of like really boring. It's really boring. It's just a corn bomb, you know? It's just a corn bomb. So I would take the Russell 13, I think, over the Heaven Hill 20. That's just me. I would say these bourbons, though, are in the same tier as one another, but I just prefer this one. I think this one's slightly better. But if I had a shelf of a ranking, I would probably put these on the same shelf. Like, I don't think this is going to compete with the Stag Junior. There's probably some easy BPs out there, honestly, that are better than the Heaven Hill 20. If you get the opportunity to buy one of these at retail, they're like $300. I would say pass on it. I don't think it's worth $300. Maybe at $200, I'd say pull the trigger. But at 80% corn, not particularly complex whiskey like this, yeah, it's just not worth $300. I'm going to try to finish it really quick so I can actually replace it with another bottle. These guys, I think they go for like 170, 180, depending on where you're at. Buy the heck out of these. Hoard these. I've got, I think, 2 unopened ones that I'm really happy about and excited about. These are a hoard and a buy every time, obviously. Russell 13, great product. I'd like to get my hands on the Russell's Rickhouse. If anybody knows anything about that, hit me in the comment section down below. And thank you for watching Bourbon Forage Fishing. Appreciate your patronage, and take care.